Hi there, this is Catherine Barnhill, and I'm going to talk to you all today about how to offer cash back to either the preschool that you're doing a book fair for or to your schools and libraries if you're an ESR. Many thanks go to Heather McConley for recording her video about this years ago that I've consulted and sent people to for a long time. Now that we rebranded, I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and make a new one. So let's get started. So we have tiers that we can offer for cash back. There's not something laid down by home office that's specific, but this is what I offer to my schools because those tiers help protect us. And I'll explain that in a minute. You can see the percentages here. Basically, the more sales that the school gets, the more cash back they can get. And those tiers are helpful in a lot of ways because it creates incentives to get a little bit more, things like that. So screenshot this, save it. This is what's going to help you as you're offering those things to your schools, and make sure that you put these tiers in your contract when you sign your book fair agreement so that your school remembers what the tiers are and can help you stick to them. So here's how to do it. So first, you're going to create a book fair order. I'm going to let you watch another video for how to do that. This is specifically about the cash back. So when you create the book fair order, you're going to take all the proceeds that you took in and split it into 2/3 and 1/3. Remember that a book fair offers 50% cash back. So 100% minus that 50%, that creates 2/3 and 1/3. What you're going to end up doing, and I'll show you examples in a second, is you're going to spend in Order Pro less than you collected. And what that allows you to do is to be able to give the school their money. I like to use a cashier's check, but you could write a personal check, especially if you have a PaperPie separate account. But I just like the cashier's check. Just a note that we're not talking about tax at all right now. Tax is not factored into anything we're about to talk about. Anytime you do a book fair, you're required to collect sales tax on every item. So you will always be doing a book fair order, not a literacy for a lifetime order, because we are responsible to pay that tax to the state. Even at a tax exempt school. So even if they're tax exempt, they may be saying, oh, but why, that's only if the school itself is making the purchase. Since we were selling those items direct to the customer, we are required by law to charge tax. And it's a great thing that Order Pro does it for us and we don't have to file with the state. So just make sure it's always a book fair order and you're always collecting tax on your books. Now let's look at some examples. So this is a $1,200 book fair, maybe at a preschool. So 2/3 of that is $800. That is your full retail that you're going to put in Order Pro. That may be a combination of books they're wanting to order or proceeds you received, like the cash that you collected. Then there may be e-fair orders in there too. Just make sure it's all in one place. Okay. So $800 full retail, $400 free books. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay $800 in Order Pro plus that $5 book fee. $400 minus that $5 book fair fee goes into the bank. From that money that you put in the bank, you're going to give the school 15% because that's the tier they're in, and that's $180. You've earned $136 in commission. That's 17% of this $800 here. And so what you're taking home total is $351. An interesting note, thinking about, one of the many reasons it's really great to be able to offer this cashback option. If you had just took the books, it would have been 17% of $1,200, which is $204. So you're actually earning more money this way, even though it's a little bit more work for us. But I love that we can offer this because it gives us more flexibility in things that we can offer, because sometimes the school doesn't need as many books for whatever they need, money for their computer lab or for playground equipment or something. And so being able to say, hey, you can choose whether you want cash or books gives us that edge over other companies that are offering book fairs, because we can give them that flexibility and we're able to take home a little bit more for our trouble. All right, here's another example for a larger book fair. This is a $6,000 book fair. This is where I would do like at a K-8 school, usually, like sometimes a smaller K-8 school. So 2/3 is $4,000 free full retail, and then $2,000 free books. Again, you pay the full retail plus the $5 book fee in Order Pro. The free books amount that you collected minus the $5 book fee goes into the bank. From that, $19.95, you give the school 25%, which is $1,500. Obviously, it's a bigger chunk, but they also did a way bigger book fair, and that's a great thing. We want that. So you earned $680 commission from this $4,000. So you take home $1,175, which is still more than the commission you earned if they had just taken the books. Now, I will say it is less sales credit, but it's a great income earner for us, and it's a great opportunity for the school. Let's talk about how the tiers protect us. Let's do a $1,500 book fair and say we were so excited to work with them that we promised them 25%. We end up giving them $375 out of the $495 that went into the bank. So our margin is much lower. And so we take home $290. If we'd promised 15%, we would have taken home $440. So you're still making a profit, obviously a little bit, but again, we want to protect ourselves. You don't want to offer 25% on like a $500 book fair, because then you make negative money. So just make sure to include those tiers in your book fair agreement. It does protect you. All right. What if they want both books in cash? Now I'm going to blow your mind a little bit with some backwards math. Hold on. It's going to be okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to tally up the free books that they want. I always encourage them to take them off the tables. So that way we don't have to worry too much about, you're not taking home as much inventory. They get the books right away. It's great. Then we work backwards. So it's 50% free books we offer, right? So in order to get back to 100%, what do? We multiply by 2. So then we subtract that number from the total sales, and that is the net amount from which you're going to give the percent cash. Don't worry, I've got an example for you. So a $3,000 book fair, they've pulled $150 in free books off of the tables that they want. So working backwards, we have $150 free books times 2 is $300. 3,000 minus that 300 equals 2,700. This is the number we're now going to work with for cash back. So 2,700, 2/3 of that is 1,800 full retail. 1/3 is 900. You know the drill, how we go back through everything. You end up so you give the school 20% of the net, which is 540. And so you take home 661. The school gets books and cash. Everyone's happy. So make sure though, if they were a $5,100 book fair, that they need to be mindful of how many books they want so that they don't drop down a tier. I actually had a book fair last spring that they were like $5,006 or something like that. And they decided that it was more worthwhile to get the full 50% free books because there were so many that they wanted rather than drop down a tier. So be smart with them, work with them. You are their brand partner, their ESR, if you are an ESR. And so you have the opportunity to help them be smart about how they're going to do it. So that's all I've got. This is how you do cashback and a combination cashback free books on your book fairs. I hope that it's helpful. Go out and serve those schools.